Mezzy needs to as well. Good talk up from Fasher, at least coming into this game, you know, putting a lot of props to Mezzy, a player who we've really liked to watch the development over these last few years and is now in a, I say new role. He's been here for some time, but an unfamiliar role for many players to jump into, and Apex can relate in that sense. This is going to be a banger with what we've seen already from Vitality as well, Harry, in the year so far.
Yeah, both these squads having had Alex in at one point in time as the leader, right? And then passing on that responsibility, as you say. We have the two IGLs that tried to follow in his footsteps. fnatic leaning over towards B early. They're going to try and get out through Monster. roeJ and Fasher both with opening kills. And Apex full blind from that late flash out of roeJ. It's a lovely little piece to get fnatic in. They've run away with this pistol round, haven't they? Not even a kill found for Vitality as this B site hold is disrupted. Want to talk a little bit on the map pool for this one as we have the save coming in. I love the Overpass pick here from fnatic. This has been a great map for them. They've played it 17 times in the last 6 months, and they've won it 15 of those times. So an incredible track record there. You know, on top of that, it's one where for the guys in this team, Mezzy's always loved Overpass. He really has. You know, he used to be the star on this map for this team.
They called it Mezzy Pass.
Yeah, we called it Mezzy Pass for a good reason. And it's one, you know, ever since he took over the IGL responsibilities, he's been super keen to play still. His role somewhat changing as time went on, right? Used to kind of find himself more in that like anchor spot, now leaning a little bit into that rotate role. So love to see that in the second half. But there's the pistol round for fnatic.
Yeah, even an 8-win streak in that massive streak that you talked about over the last 6 months. So they're currently on that. And that's over top teams as well. That's over, you know, outsiders at this event. We even saw them take down MIBR and OG in the play-in as well. And a couple of wins over Astralis plus Big. So yeah, some large wins for fnatic. Vitality on the other side. ZywOo is going to be the guy we have our eyes on, especially on this defensive half. Playing that top site with Spinx. Not in this round, though. Got that rifle down below as ZywOo scouts. They flash him off the angle in middle. And fnatic a nice patient default to begin. Try and get an idea as to where Vitality want to go. Spinx is getting curious. And Mezzy's waiting. This is a flash over the top from Apex, and it's perfect. Even though Mezzy saw them coming, he couldn't get the kill, and I love that for Vitality. They pull all the way back and keep the man advantage.
Yeah, roeJ and nicoodoz are going to try and work this long position, but ZywOo waits here with the scout, and that opener is lovely. roeJ out of the round, out of the picture now, often a guy who can break bomb sites open. Without him, that responsibility going to fall down the line. nicoodoz, Fasher, and Crims looking like they want to try and group for this B hit. The 4-spy for Vitality has left them in a really good place. Now they've just got to withstand another one of these B takes.
And look who's the last guy in, the guy with no nades. They're going to go contact. That means they probably won't check dupreeh here. Apex is trying to sell his teammate's position. There's no nade on the barrels. dupreeh looking at the ground, waiting for the plant.
Oh, they're not checking for him. dupreeh can steal this one away. Pulls the attention off and allows everyone else to spring to life. Apex and Spinx mop it up. And Vitality reply immediately.
Yeah, some very good team playing that round for Vitality, right? Very mobile towards B with a flash play to force an early kill. And then everyone's waiting for dupreeh to make that first contact. As soon as he does, fnatic turn to trade and they get shot in the back of the head. So even the FAMAS put to use there by Spinx. And now he's back up to his top site with ZywOo starting lower instead. Very common to see 4 Bs out of the gates, you know, even if that 4th player just hangs around in heaven to stop a rush and then pulls out quickly. But there will be a rush, it's just a little delayed for fnatic. So ZywOo's still in the right position for now. Info gains nothing for dupreeh, but they're all there.
Push is coming in. dupreeh and Magisk need to hold the line here. It's a good flash to help out. And ZywOo's the one stealing the glory, rotating into heaven. The scout finds the double. And Vitality withstand fnatic's attempt at the fast B play.
I have liked how much they've gone towards B though in the start of this game, just trying to get an idea as to the setup of Vitality, how much respect they can garner in the first few rounds of this map. Obviously, we're going to start to see more defaulty rounds once we have full guns for Fnatic, but they are taste testing on this T side, and it's come up pretty sour, Harry. Vitality put them on pistols, full Glocks. Not a penny spent. Fnatic left pissing in the wind. Should be fine, even though Spinx doesn't quite know. Oh, triple nading Con, as you do. And this is a round where Apex can go full blame F if he wants. Search, run around, climb up and down. He really is taking that literally, fighting Monster with the MP9. And they'll play it together. 5 alive round for Vitality is the key. Don't want to lose any guns, and they'll make sure that happens. 3-1. Very good start for Vitality, considering they lost the pistol.
Apex even coming across. nicoodoz dinked. Don't know how he knows which one he hit, but nailed it.
You know, when you aim at someone, you sometimes get that red name tag below your crosshair. But I don't know why you'd be looking there. Apex's peripheral vision. Here we go, first gunny. And no AWP yet.
Yeah, smoke on the mid-molly means that Vitality, no players have made it across. Condor not blowing off yet. Right now, Fnatic giving this illusion that they've even taken short water away. There was an early molly in there that they lobbed the smoke onto just to keep the fear in Vitality about that short area of the map. It's a nice way to try and stop any of this mid-round aggression to come out for Vitality, right? You're a little more paranoid now about taking short. Although I say that, dupreeh is starting to look like he's hungry for it. Inside of this A site, we've got the boost coming in. Fnatic still waiting with the bomb outside of Monster. They've tried pretty much everyone, well, they have tried every round over towards B so far, and this one looks to be no exception, but dupreeh moving into short. He spots the bomb there on that fight. Might not get the kill, but it's a lot of info. With 40 seconds left, learning where that bomb is a big deal for Vitality. They're going to start to pull a third man down over towards B. Fnatic are moving in.
Yeah, roeJ's still lurking out toilets on A though, so this is going to be a weird timing round for Fnatic. They need these entries quick. Bomb making its way in, but that smoke is a problem. Apex can play it right behind it on the barrel. They can't clear him out yet. 20 seconds. Fnatic are waiting this util while roeJ walks in, and Spinx held that shot for so long. I love that discipline from Spinx as Fnatic wait for a flank that never materializes. They finally get a plant. Wide peak for Crims. ZywOo shooting 2, and now we're down to that 2-on-2 for Vitality on the retake.
Yeah, Spinx and ZywOo attempted to come together on this one, out through Heaven and CT, and Spinx traded after the first, but he sets up ZywOo to take this one over the line. nicoodoz with the swing, doesn't even wait for a tap. Takes an early fight and closes out that 1v1.
I love the play for nicoodoz. It's so dangerous, but he's just trying to catch ZywOo off guard. He's not even able to do so, though. ZywOo's Galil is what lets him down, putting him on 2 points of health, but he's just trying to beat him to the punch before he even taps that bomb. Somehow ZywOo's still ready for it. Meanwhile, Outsiders looking to 2-1 nip. Seems like it's a guarantee here over on the B stream. And so Outsiders at least recovering. That was, of course, Fnatic's first foe here in the group stage, and they managed to take them down 2-1 themselves. A faster B approach. We've got a quick trade out. The molly's a problem. Flash is going even deeper. He runs through a bit of the fire, but the flashes hold him back.
Oh, and that's the bomb getting away from them now. dupreeh holds the line. Mezzy might trade this out, but they're getting overwhelmed. There's just too many players here to deal with. nicoodoz in the 1v3, that AWP bearing down upon him from Heaven. ZywOo even gets the spot, so they know that nicoodoz is here. And there's ZywOo to finish the job. Vitality, a response again. fnatic with another one and done T-side round. This is going to leave them on the back foot in terms of the money.
And I like how loud Apex is already getting, winning just that key rifle round to stop fnatic from streaking. He had a recent interview with HLTV talking about the setup here, talking about Katowice, and a quote from him was, I don't play CS to be in a small room, a practice room, and just playing officials. I'm here to show my emotions. And, one of the talking points we've had here at Kato in the Hall of Heroes is that glass going down, how you have to stare your opponent in the eye after every round you win or lose. And Apex the whole way through that NIP game was screaming, even on lost rounds, just trying to get in his opponent's heads. We'll see if it affects fnatic though. Still looking stoic for now. But I'm loving the energy that Apex is bringing to this team.
Yeah, I think even the topic of, kind of opening yourself up emotionally in competition is an interesting one, right? Because I always look at it as like a double-edged sword in a way, right? I think the high heights of a very emotional player are higher than that of someone who is very stoic, right? But I also think you're more susceptible to the lows, right? We all seen those Apex moments where he's slamming the desk, enraged, not having a good time.
If it's not going well, right, are you still that rock? Are you still able to bring energy? Or if you're missing, how does that affect your team, right? Especially in a roster where we don't have a lot of screamers for Vitality. Magisk was jumping in with a line or two here or there.
Yeah, Magisk is trying to learn. He's trying to explore his emotional side.
I like it. For now, fnatic are conga lining into their own death. That's a good shot for Mezzy. And they're just going to pop out Monster, but the flash came just a second too late. Magisk peeks ahead of the util, and a whiff spray for Apex, but it's no problem when Magisk can trade it out. And we've got a lot of A1Ss in this one as well. I imagine these guns, these picks are map dependent for many rosters. We saw Outsiders using 5 A1Ss on Vertigo the other day. I'd say that's a great map for it. Obviously, a lot of smoke spamming towards Monster as well here. You don't want that to give you away. But already Vitality winning the rounds they must, and the one round they did lose since the pistol, they barely lost it.
Yeah, I think one of the reasons we're seeing fnatic, struggling to build right now is roeJ's had a bit of a rough go at it, and he's kind of the guy that's left responsible for this upper side of the map. I almost get the feeling this is why we have a lot of these lower plays coming out from the fnatic squad.
Oh.
fnatic has a lot of players on this team who will gladly play entry, but no one is as raw and no one does it quite like roeJ on a good day. nicoodoz. I don't know how Magisk was the one to find him there.
Yeah, he did it through the half wood. And they're going to try boost, but how aware are Vitality of this possibility? No one's looking there right now, but no one's exposed. Crims hops over. I don't know if he saw me just jump close wood there. If he goes a bit to the left, he might find an angle. Instead, looking to the barrel and to the site. But Vitality are not giving him anything to work with. Meanwhile, over at A, roeJ alone on long yet again, Harry, and that problem rears its head once more. Nice shot for Crims. Patience pays off. Mezzy needs this kill or the round's going to be gone, because that's the bomb alone out in Playground. Spinx is just pushing on his own and putting up the results for Vitality. 2v4. And fnatic, they're on a recovery mission. This round is really unwinnable, even if they get these kills in mid.
Yeah, there just simply isn't time to win this round anymore. Vitality have uprooted it by dropping the bomb, and yeah, you get Spinx off, but sure, you're not going to win the round now, right? You get the bomb back, you're just walking into these deep holding players, and so Vitality, a 6th to their name, streaking together another 3 in a row here.
Yeah, they have just been so focused towards B, that being fnatic, right, and not giving roeJ much support on that top site. He has been going for little lurky entry plays, and sure, if he's hitting them, it creates so much space for the rest of fnatic. It forces rotates out of that B site. They can run these little contact monster pops that they've already been trying a lot, but roeJ has lost every single fight on this top site. I don't think he's had a kill since pistol round, and yeah, fnatic are having a lot of trouble as a result.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, actually, I think his one kill came through in the eco a couple ago. So not even since that point. roeJ dead crossing again. Feels like he's going to need a little bit of support over here towards the upper side of the map. Just anything to kind of bring him back into this game, because you do not want a roeJ that is still being involved in the opening fights, but never winning. The boost held by dupreeh. Flasher walks into his crosshair. Spinx down in con as well, going to add another to the tally. Will get peeked close by Mezzy's Deagle. This guy with pistols, always good for a kill, it feels like. But will anything come of it? nicoodoz dead over towards Monster. The bomb uprooted again for fnatic. And even though Mezzy does have a chance at a fight here, it's not to open anything up for the fnatic squad. Now 4 in a row, 4 Vitality, their biggest streak yet on the CT side. And it's starting to spiral out of control here.
Yeah. Overpass CT is a map where there's a lot of plays available. There's a lot of aggressive options. Despite that, I don't think we've really seen Vitality push the boat out at all. They've had a lot of round openers that haven't been too risky, right? We've seen these nade stacks over on B short, and the spam combined for a lot of damage and even a kill there. Sure, the monster smoke fade play is nice in that round, but they know that fnatic only have pistols. Vitality, they could be doing more, but they don't need to. Everything they've done on this B site has been working. fnatic, it almost feels inevitable they're going to go for a heavy default A round, a 3-1-1 perhaps. So how will Vitality respond to that? No spawn on the orb this time. The ZywOo and Spinx, not the duo I'd want to be running into.
Yeah. No, you're dead on, especially not with a real focus coming onto Spinx as an individual for Vitality, right? This idea that they want to make him a star, they want to make him the star rifler of this team. And that's reflected in some of the position changes we've had, some of the spots that he's now playing.
They're even just starting 3A. They've got the same read, and they're not wrong, because look what fnatic are doing. Straight out middle, they've cleared connector. Gonna get this toilet smoke in, but ZywOo can play super passive if he wants. He can go back to the bomb site and let his double setup and toilets deal with it. Spinx is going through this smoke with the flashbang. If he went a little earlier, he might have caught that kill, as roeJ was blind in the corner.
Trying to use fnatic's, a fnatic classic against them, the walk through the toilet smoke. Now, they weren't ready for dupreeh over at long, but roeJ should have this trade, and he will lock it in. This is more like it. This is more of a vintage roeJ round, right? Good for the double opener here on the upper side of the map. Maybe a bit of confidence restored, and it's put fnatic in a really good spot. Just goes to show you how valuable this guy can be. And it's why his absence to open this game up was really leaving fnatic in a very bad way. They've given him a bit more support in this round. Vitality also tried to push the boat out, and it's let roeJ thrive over on the upper side of the map.
Oh, it's a gamble. ZywOo threw all his util, and then he walked down lower. 20 seconds. Crims is making noise. He's really selling this one. It's pulled all of Vitality to the wrong side of the map. fnatic might win this round on position alone. ZywOo considers a rotate, but he won't commit to it. And so, in a 3-on-4, it's not the end of the world to call it off here for Vitality.
Dude, what's so wild is, like, if ZywOo rotated up there, he could have won that round. Like, there's very little time left, and the bomb is crossing in with no util from short.
Yeah, if he just never rotated out. Saves aren't guaranteed, though, as fnatic is still spread very far around the map. Crims disallowing a T-spawn rotate. And fnatic finding a third off the back of a nice play from roeJ. Yeah, Spinx flashed through. Gives him a way in, but roeJ takes that space very efficiently. I do like hearing the comms as well. I'm not sure how much clearer it is on the stream, but you can hear fnatic piecing it together. Figuring out the setup of Vitality, which, as said, that round was 3 strong on that A site. Double toilets with ZywOo's orb back in A. Will Vitality go back to it? Or something more standard, perhaps, where Spinx and ZywOo play together?
Well, it seems like Fnatic, they've realized that roeJ did need a helping hand over at Upper. They're trying to give him that help, but a quick flash pop. ZywOo setting up Spinx for the mid fight.
He hit that.
As he even tagged on the jump, Fasha might be up through Con, but it's not going to net you anything other than this map control. You're not going to have a chance at finding the 4v4. Vitality, they've up and left mid and have now double aggroed long.
And even that interview I was talking about with Apex, so he was talking about Overpass and the Vitality, the ZywOo Spinx setup, and how, you know, Spinx is starting to realize he needs to be the star of this team. That's why they got him anyway. He was a huge part of their Pro League win, and how he can't be afraid to, you know, call these plays for ZywOo and ask for a flash and ask for a setup. You know, it can feel scary to demand something from ZywOo, but the man can do, you know, anything really.
Yeah.
It's like nothing is going to get in the way of his gameplay. And Spinx, we've already seen that a lot of rounds so far. He's just getting flashed in by ZywOo and making active plays. He found a 5-on-4. He'll double up and he'll even get the chance to escape. Only the chance though. Oh, the missed jump. Hello.
Oh, Crims had a chance for the double. Still going to get out with one. Is that enough though? ZywOo, a threat inside of the site, going up and over the smoke, but creeping underneath him is Mezi. Gonna have to flick down for this one. Instead, goes for the long fight. Crims will fall, but Mezi is now thrown into the clutch. A chance to shine here. Doesn't have to worry about anyone else but himself. And it's moments like this on Overpass that Mezi always used to be able to deliver in. Gonna back out, play around the bomb. Play around this defuse. No smoke for Vitality. No Molotov. No way to make life miserable for Mezi. They're going to have to face it and win against him in the fight.
This is awkward. The bomb's not even for him. Now they know.
Flash around, yeah. They know he's in the bathrooms, and we've seen this truck post plant betray the bathrooms play so many times. dupreeh nails the shot, and it's a last-second defuse squeaked out by Vitality. Very composed in that 2v1. Not afraid to leave it down to the margins of the timer.
Yeah, if anything, that flash from Mezi kind of gave away his position. Vitality suddenly realized you could hear them call, you know, Connector, like exactly where he was, just from that flashbang trajectory. And yeah, dupreeh taps it. He didn't have a kit, so he made Magisk get on it instead. And there wasn't much time. Mezi did well by stalling the clock, but as soon as they realize his position, they know they can stick that bomb, and there's nothing he can do. nicoodoz on the AWP. Finally, now on this T side, Fnatic afforded a bit of money. He's starting Con to hold for a peak that's not going to come for B. Vitality trying to make a read on what is a reasonable read considering how Fnatic started this game. ZywOo gets flashed out. He was trying to spot Connector, but it's been smoked. Spinx on an island. He's still going to get a kill. Surely no more. Mezi, a very important trade, and he might just gung-ho go into the site as a result. The flashes resisting his push from Vitality, but he still wants to take this space. However, everyone is already here.
Yeah, a damn near full rotate out of Vitality. Apex has just called the all-in on this one. ZywOo traded, but Apex waits with bated breath, tucked in at the truck. That smoke going to obscure the vision. nicoodoz picks up the entry with a bit of smoke spam, and now a man down for Vitality. They've still got Magisk down on that lower side of the map, so unless dupreeh can come in with the 3K all on his lonesome, this is a done deal, and Fnatic have found their way to a fourth round. You know, with how this game's gone, I think it's easy to look at Vitality as in a really good spot. They've successfully shut out roeJ. They've locked him out of the game, it kind of feels like. They've been besting Fnatic a lot of the time. But I will say T-sides on Overpass have been a problem for a lot of teams. Not usually Fnatic falling into that camp, right? Kind of expecting 6-7 T-side rounds from an average Fnatic Overpass game. But you can do a lot with very little here on this map when it comes to these T-halves. So, you know, if they can recover this, if they can find maybe a 6-round T-side, there's still a good chance for them here.
And I don't put it past Fnatic to, you know, with a 4 or 5 round half to pull a big comeback, you know, because Vitality are nowhere near as tested. This year they have played Overpass twice, winning it both times. Far better than their Rio performance, where that map was a problem piece for them. I mean, the whole event really was for Vitality. But right now it's part of the course and it is competitive. Despite the double scoreline, Fnatic know they can still break into the end of this half. Big swap off the AWP there for nicoodoz to grab that AK in the sight hit, and he spams out Apex with it. Without that kill, Apex goes unchecked. And maybe he could even stop the plant. Still saves that AWP at the end of the day. ZywOo forced to buy another. And he's been fairly tame on the A side. We've not really seen him come up with any big multi-kills or any, too impactful positions. It's mainly because Spinx has been at the front runner on A.
Not to mention, for the entire first 7 rounds of this game, it was just roeJ towards that upper site alone, right?
Oh.
This round, roeJ's trying his hand at the opener again. Awkward flash. ZywOo. Oh, timing. Double monster push out of Vitality, and no one's ready for this on the Fnatic side. Crims alone down towards lower, and I like this adaptation from Apex and the Vitality boys, right? They've kind of realized over time, as mentioned, it was just roeJ towards upper. Fnatic have had a bit of a better go at it now that they've been giving him more help, now that they've been giving him more assistance. But if you give with one hand, you take with the other, and that means there's less resources down towards B. Vitality flex a bit of control there. They take away some map control, but it does get cancelled out on the back of fasha, winning a fight onto Spinx in connector, trying to rotate down, trying to lean towards B. He's given away that man advantage on the back of the push, and now Fnatic tee themselves up for the B play. Apex gets that spot, drops down into the site. Him and Magisk have got to hold on. That's a clean tap to open. Any more in the tank from Magisk. This shot from nicoodoz is open. In with a double now. Fnatic grind to a very awkward halt. They're hoping that roeJ can sell the A play, but he won't. ZywOo bests him in their private 1v1 that they've been having. And now it's just fasha out through the short side, locked out by Magisk. A rock down on that B site.
Yeah, big issue for Fnatic there. That trade just never came through. No one followed the first player out short. I think it was fasha, and he just gets hung out to dry. Great info grab by Apex, just seeing that player climb over the railing, meaning they're dropping into short. Sorry, it was Mezzy there, and there's no trade. No one swings, and then a smoke comes down, meaning Fnatic, they lose their window of opportunity. nicoodoz with a missed shot as well. And I mean, I think that's the first fight nicoodoz has really had on the AWP all game. And he won't land it. That makes all the difference. Magisk goes on to find 3 kills on lower. And Vitality put on a show here on this CT side. They can 11 for the half. It's going to rely on this rifle round. Fnatic have almost everything. They lose it, it will be back to zilch. This is such an important round to keep things going good for Vitality, but right now, gotta say it's very impressive. Because I don't think we should be... Oh, hold this point. Spinx again flash into middle, but no one blind. And only damage. nicoodoz is going to run down ZywOo, who of course pulls the pistol to finish the job, and now Magisk is pushing long. There's so much pressure and so much oppression on this A site. Fnatic forced back into lower. Apex here already with dupreeh, and already Magisk making the move back down. They are boxed in. Look at ZywOo.
Oh, has to get out of there after that shot sails past him. And Crims, all right, we see ya. Crossed over towards jail.
Yeah.
Did it behind the electronic smoke that was dropped in at the barrels, so they don't know he's here. Vitality, they know that someone could have done this. It's just about, they think someone was actually mad enough to do it.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, they don't believe it. They don't believe he would have the balls, but Crims, of course he does.
Oh, what a flash.
Great flash to set him up for the double. Down in the pit now, Magisk. He was the hero of the B site last time, but this time he crumbles. Mezzy moves in with the frag. It's ZywOo left in this one. 1v2, dinked up. And with money low, going around the world on this one, he's going to give it a look in, see if he's given a kill, a reason to go for it.
Oh, no.
Oh, and he could be. Oh. Crims dead. ZywOo down to 2. but so far removed from the 1v1, even though he's battled his way down from the 1v3 to the 1v1 position. He's just going to save, hold on to the AWP, keep the damage high at least on fnatic.
I respect it for ZywOo. I think, you know, we all wanted him to go for it, but Mezzy just has so much time after that kill on dupreeh to set up to play a position where he can't lose the round. He was going heaven already, and that bomb was open, and ZywOo is too low to try it. So it's the realistic option for ZywOo. It's not the one we wanted, but it's fnatic breaking through with a big round. Nice play for Crims, getting out behind Monster Jail. That was everything. And as soon as Apex comes to walk up and clear him, which is a good play, he gets flashed by Mezzy, who goes on to even entry Magisk. fnatic get 2 kills very quickly in B, where they don't overthink it. They don't expect Pit to be clear. They are ready for Magisk as well. He has been a nuisance on that lower site. fnatic saving the half right at the very end, looking for 6. And the big ticket item is still in ZywOo's hands. Spinx making more plays, flash from B through that door that they've been breaking every round. But he can't find the kill from it. ZywOo at long, a more standard angle, might be fighting roeJ again. It's 3 and 12. We'll see if nicoodoz flashes him in. But if anything, I'm glad nicoodoz has used his flash, so hopefully it means he won't go into the AWP. Right through the monster smoke, Magisk is ready. And he has not been missing a beat on B. Ooh. Timing is very good here.
I do love how much they know to keep their eye on that toilet smoke. fnatic want nothing to do with it, though. They're walking 4 up long. ZywOo is about to uncover the terrible truth right now. Still homed in at the bathrooms, turning around at just the right moment. But there's a lot more where that came from.
So scared.
AK fires off, so ZywOo knows there's more. Double kill from his AWP. He did all he had to in that position. A 2-for-1 in such a close range fight where they've got the drop on him is huge. He's teed Vitality up for double digits at the end of the half, walking in through long. fnatic, they can't get past Apex, and even if they do, there's so many more in this side of the map. 10-5 for Team Vitality. They put up a strong CT side, and now the going maybe gets tough.
Short in.
One short.
One more, two, come on in.
And one
Hide. Middle's contact.
He went back.
Dead.
Off them.
And two last shot, careful to get back in.
Better smoke, better
Yeah,
smoke. Take it, go in.
I can flash one same.
Do it.
Flashing.
Not A.
No.
Don't see.
Nice.
Playing time. I'm playing time. Yeah. I'm playing time as well, I'm not picking Matu.
We don't hear him. 4 seconds. Nice, guys. Nice round, David. Nice, Milo.
Thank you.
This world is slowing down. How can I fight it? How can I listen when there's no sound? Oh, the wolves are out. Yes, the wolves are out.
Complexity. You can see the complexion with a lot of utility.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, I didn't even get to finish the word before it announces itself. Utility was where I was going with that one. And JT, well, he's walking a little wonky now. with just 13 points of health.
Yeah, fortunately, it hasn't gone down. He has the util for wherever they want to set up this play. Chev and J-Raz to bring it to action, and Torji in the action goes down to Floppy, removed first.
Nice one, Chev. Cross. Dershan struggling to actually find that final bullet. One more would have cut it, and Grim gets across. It's been heard. The site is lost, and Bomb is down. Now time to see how that retake shapes up. A 4-on-4 thanks to Frozen onto Floppy. Opts not to challenge Banana. Does perhaps limit some of their options given there's one flash. Okay, Dexter to set them up.
Vitality offer up a CT half they can be proud of. 10-5. Fnatic never able to chain together consecutive rounds. They trail behind with just 5 after that first half, but now they move into the more favored side of their map pick. You're hoping they can hit the ground running here, because even though CT sides have historically fared well on Overpass, we know how snowbally a good T side can be. We know that at this point in time, if Fnatic falls short in the pistol, that first rifle round has to hit. If it doesn't, this one's getting away from them. Their map pick slides away, and Vitality are teed up for the 2-0.
Fnatic have the big guns though, Harry. They've got double dualies. One in long toilets, the other on the lower site watching Monster. Vitality contact through connector. roeJ's had a bit of a roughie to start this game, facing Spinx and ZywOo in many dry 1v1s. Spinx is going to get flashed out first and foremost, running up the short side. They completely bypass this setup, and they're going to throw an execute right in off the top. Sure, Fnatic can fast flank, but the second Vitality see no defense inside of A, they're going to know what's up. That's a despicable kill for ZywOo, running and gunning, finding roeJ, and removing any chance Fnatic have of holding this site.
Oh, the boost up is denied. nicoodoz from long. They've learnt about it now.
Nice shot.
He will double up. Gets away with more than he should have been able to, but Apex controls that Glock, and it's left onto Crims. 2 pairs of guns, 3 sets of enemies. Looking for a way back in. Ammo's not the problem. But there's the swing out of Apex to find him. The hat-trick in the round from the man at the helm of Vitality.
That's an impressive pistol, man. They chase every kill when they find it. I can't believe ZywOo at the back of the pack just decides, I'm gonna give long toilet a check. Dude, just drive-bys roeJ, and then as soon as they find nicoodoz, double swing, even Apex making sure Crims can't get out the stairs in that 1v3.
We don't catch it in the replay there, but Fnatic tried to boost up over the wall at Dumpster, and Magisk was just deady holding it. He's clearly aware of the protocols if the A site falls like that. Locks Fnatic out.
One thing I find that's super interesting is, you know, despite the opening power we've seen on this Vitality team, the top player in opening duels is Magisk at 5-0 off of B anchoring, right? How many rushes did he put up multi-kills? Not even Spinx or ZywOo taking the fame. Not yet. Apex scout. Oh, he hit that flick. He was not ready for roeJ up close. nicoodoz isn't ready for anything as they run him down in the toilets. roeJ is given a chance to escape, but still only pistols here for Fnatic in a 4-on-4. And Spinx is holding for B aggro, plus hearing any footsteps that gets made on rotations. Seems like Vitality might just end A anyway. Oh, that's on a jump.
Wowza. Bruh.
They're holding for everything.
Yeah.
dupreeh was the guy who held the boost. Oh, not again. Oh, you monster. He held for the boost in CT as well in that first half. On the one round, Fnatic pulled it out. You can't make plays against this team right now.
Yeah, you know, Fnatic are a team with a lot of these little gimmicks that they like to try and pull out to squeak rounds away, so it's clear Vitality have done their homework on who and what they're up against here.
Time, though.
15 seconds, walking into both remaining players. roeJ and Crims, they find the first kill into the crossfire. dupreeh with the TK. It nearly gets out of hand. dupreeh smiling to himself. Very glad that they recover that one. That's one where the smile disappears quickly. If that TK begins the downfall of your anti-eco, fnatic with no money left means Vitality are going to get off to that 13-5 start. We spoke about it coming into this second half. We said, if you fall down in the pistol, if you don't win that force buy, that first rifle round that you play has to find success, because if it doesn't, the T side is going to get away from you. And at this scoreline, at this margin, that would mean Vitality running away with Overpass.
Yeah, and that would mean breaking an 8-map win streak on Overpass for fnatic, right? This has been their home map for some time, and not just beating them, but humiliating them, unless we have a mini comeback here for fnatic off the buy round. Okay, Apex, he's happy to take another pistol round here, apparently, as he comes in with a P2 and schmacks roeJ, who you've got a feel for right now, 4 and 16. Having a hellish time and almost feeling like it's out of your hand if you're roeJ.
Yeah, I think it's even more awkward because roeJ is someone who, you know, normally thrives in those kind of 1v1s for the entry, for the opener. And that's very much his playstyle. I've always called him a very raw entry fragger, right? It's kind of rare that you have such an example of someone who's just deady to that role in this way. And when he's going for these opening fights still, you know, it's kind of a guaranteed 4v5, it feels like, for Vitality more often than not.
Still got 2 nades for the plant, but just dodge. Everything dodge, and Apex hunting kills. He gets the most in the round. 3 on a P250. Low risk, high reward.
Dude, this
cash in checks.
It's so impressive out of Vitality though, right? I know it's very easy to look at this and think, oh, well, fnatic have showed up really sleepy, right? And kind of put the blame in their direction. But let's kind of think about it. You know, Vitality have not been making life easy for fnatic whatsoever. We kind of saw it get off to a weird start in that first half. roeJ just getting shut out of the upper side of the map, forced fnatic into countless B plays. And this is on a map that, as you kind of touched upon, it's a home map for fnatic. As mentioned, 8 win streak, played 17 times in the last 6 months. 15 of those are wins. Those are incredible statistics for fnatic. They've got a deep strat book. They've got a lot of ideas, but none of it's working. None of these pieces that are so critical for fnatic are really, you know, hitting the ground running, getting the ball going. And for Vitality, it's stalwart defense in the first half. Now a T-side where they won all the rounds they have to, all these kind of high-impact rounds. This is the really important one, though, right? They could lay it all to rest right now if they win this rifle round.
Yeah, nicoodoz has an orb. Needs to start strong, because we've not seen anything off the nicoodoz AWP in this map. Sure, even with the lacking money being a factor. But that excuse does not matter. ZywOo, 17 and 6. And looking like they may take long after all. They might run into this orb. It's a run boost, but nicoodoz has just left, unfortunately, so won't even see this play. ZywOo giving his captain flashes to set him up. Meanwhile, very heavy B-bound. ZywOo takes all the space in the world. The bomb will be looking to go back down towards this lower site. 2 CTs playing close up, but Mezzy has started to rotate. And that is exactly what Vitality want to hear. The last bit of util on B is gone.
I wonder what the plan is for ZywOo. He doesn't have utility. He's not here to fake an A play. I think he's here to cut down rotates, but they might never come through. Crims, lovely bit of spray over towards short, locks Vitality out. fnatic, they need this rifle round. As to whether or not they even get to play a CT side of Overpass, all hinges upon it, and it's a non-starter for Vitality. They write this one off. The opening kill does not go their way. In fact, it goes the other in a very big way with 2 coming in from Crims, and that's enough for them to just decide, all right, we'll go next. We'll try again in the next one.
Yeah, cheeky call to go contact there. I feel like they were perfectly set up for the flash and just came after those first 2 kills for Crims. If it comes a little earlier, maybe Vitality can steamroll their way into that very under-defended B-bomb site, but we'll never know. Nice spray for Crims. I mean, not easy shots either to get both of those kills and get back behind cover, even dodge the Molotov meant to trade him. So as far as fnatic are concerned, they do a lot with not much in that round.
Look at Apex talking to the boys. Trying to keep the energy high. Last thing you want is fnatic to rebuild back into this. You know, confidence plays a big factor, and right now you kind of got them doubting every move they're making. You want to try and keep it that way. Put this one to bed before it becomes a problem.
I like how roeJ's being set up here. He's anti-flash. He's got the AWP first contact. He will turn around on any noise made. It's about to be. He's calling that step. Run boost goes over. They see him close as well. roeJ still gets the double kill, and the bomb gets dropped to the ground as well. Vitality, they've managed to get dupreeh here. Oh my god, he might have 2 kills. He might have both of them. roeJ's trapped, nowhere to go. And Spinx and Magisk find kills. In an instant, a 5v3 flipped on its head, and fnatic kicked the bucket.
It's brutal. If you're roeJ, you're thinking, finally, I've had my impact, I've had my round, and then it's stolen away so quickly. fnatic, they still want to give this one a go. They can't afford to let it slip by, but they might have no say in the matter. Spinx waiting in the bathrooms, waiting to lock them out of this round. Dink from Crims. Fasher might be past him, but he's walking into a corrupted site, playing the trigger discipline. They don't know about him. This is such a big call to have made to continue the trigger discipline this long. First found, dink to dupreeh, but not the killing blow that was needed.
That's his round if he hits it as well. One more bullet to finish dupreeh, and the bomb is not for long. That's where Spinx is on 10 health. That could have been another gnarly 1v3 from Fasher. He hit one on Vertigo against Outsiders. Very nice try. And poor roeJ again, robbed of a round after a double at long. But what a response of Vitality, getting dupreeh so much room in toilet, and he doesn't jump the gun after he kills nicoodoz either. Allows Spinx to come in and help out. A lot of firepower on this T side for Vitality. And it's set fnatic alight. Burnt to a crisp. Some short control taken. 4 out of 5 rifles here. But this is the last hope for fnatic, however you slice it.
Oh, roeJ involved in that opening fight again. Long-time teammate in nicoodoz brings it back into even odds. Still fighting over towards the toilets. It's ballsy. Luckily enough, ZywOo just left the angle. 2 Frenchmen for Vitality going to up and leave the A side of the map. Ducking down through corners. Apex does have this double short side set up to contest with now. That makes Apex's life a lot harder, but that also means there's no one inside of the site for fnatic. Apex with a chance at the trade. Now the big question is he ready for this second man?
No way.
Retake set up in for the B plate for fnatic. Crims, that alleviates a lot of the pressure, brings this back into 3v2, opens up the con rotate as well for his teammate. They set themselves up to retake this B site. Now they've got to show us that they can.
Yeah, no kit right now though. That's a big issue. On the clock, Spinx closing the doors if he gets his kill. Oh, what a great CT flash. Mezzy again sets nicoodoz up for success. 1 on 3. He can't get even a shot off. They are wider than ZywOo's ready for, and nicoodoz closes. It's going to be a round for fnatic on the retake down lower. A lot of impact coming from that double short setup of Fasher and Crims, the latter of which who stays alive and cuts down Apex. Vitality needed that CT kill here onto nicoodoz to get any control in the post plant. The bomb was for heaven. That's how it could have unraveled, but not meant to be. nicoodoz's rifle comes through with the goods, and fnatic hold on by the skin of their teeth.
One of the trends that we've been noticing is Apex involved in a lot less of the opening fights for Vitality. That's a trend that's still keeping up. Currently, the guy who's attempted them the least for his squad.
Just a great change as well. We're seeing him activating so many mid-rounds, so many 3v3s. This is where captains can often do their best work as well. And with the amount of firepower on this roster for Vitality, it's not necessary for Apex to always be making proactive plays, especially on CT side.
Yeah, you know, I think that goes part and parcel with this conversation of centering more attention around Spinx, right? Getting him activated. That was always the question for Vitality, was getting this guy back to his form when he was in ENTS.
Is he going to check this?
ZywOo has been dodged and won't know about roeJ. No idea that he's currently residing next door to the enemy.
roeJ is in a round-winning position.
Could catch the bomb right now.
Yeah.
Misses this timing, but ZywOo just took a step there, so thankfully that's going to give roeJ the info to go back and check for that. It was a world where they never meet each other, as crazy as that sounds. And now the advantage resides with the fnatic squad. Vitality poising for the B play. Everyone over towards short. They're all going to try and flood in from this one angle.
Ooh.
Apex did go back monster side. Spammed out by Crims, and it's another one of these rounds that just never really gets going for Vitality.
Yeah, it doesn't help that roeJ has full mid-control at about 40 seconds as well. He has so much info, and while nicoodoz doesn't insta-rotate, he checks long, he sees it's clear, and then that just reinforces the guarantee that it's going to be a B hit. Very rarely do you see a player climb up party and stay there for that long, often because they're pushed back by a molly or a flash or overwhelmed from a playground peek. But roeJ survives so long in that position that as soon as he clears out mid late in the round, he knows where Vitality have to end. Bit by bit, fnatic hold on, squeeze that around here or there. It's still up against such an insurmountable scoreline. They will need to double their rounds flawlessly to win it in reg. Every now and then you get a freebie, Harry, and this should be one of them. Eco for Vitality around the double-saved rifle. I say Eco, Apex immediately buys a scout, so Vitality, they're feeling pretty funky. They're feeling pretty confident, and I don't blame them.
The glass scout. I want to see what he's cooked up. What's he feeling? nicoodoz and roeJ, both of them getting aggro over towards mid. The ex-Copenhagen Flames duo trying to play off of one another here. Set up in a bit of a bait and switch around the AWP. Now the scout's been spotted. Apex with a jiggle. Orp shot sails past him, but the nade is nice. Brings Apex down a half. That flash is good. roeJ is blind. And all over again. He can't see a thing. Real close to him now. Out with the swing. roeJ finds one, but it's an immediate trade for dupreeh. There is a con man in play. Looking to move in and give nicoodoz a helping hand. He is going to need it. Oh, Willie. nicoodoz falls all the way back into the safety of this A site. I like this, right? Didn't hang around in the toilets too long. Knows that there is a gap over towards long, but a wide boost for Apex softens up that AWP. And now nicoodoz can't afford to go for any sort of a peek here.
I'm getting a little scared here, Harry. I'm getting a little worried for fnatic. They don't have numbers on A. Fash is finally getting in position, but Vitality is just going to contact the entire way through, and they don't even have to commit either. Magisk is just going to make a play on his own while his teammates work up short. That molly actually, if anything, is going to help Vitality. They're all going to be hitting here at the same time now to try and trade these 2 kills.
2 kills have got to come in the next 10 seconds for Vitality. If they get that, they're on their way to the plant. And oh my, immediate frags come through the pipeline. A site cracked open. A low buy out of Vitality stands to put them on map point on fnatic's map pick. Salt in the wound, considering how good this map has been for the fnatic squad. There's not really anything they can do about this. Crims is still waiting nearby. He's giving Mezzy the respect to get activated on this wrap round. If he gets a kill, they might attempt something late. Mezzy with one. Crims gives it a go, but falls at the first hurdle. Spinx won't let him in. For Mezzy, this is not meant to be his round. It's a good attempt, but Spinx shuts it down. And Vitality now are just 5 kills away from stealing the home map of this Fnatic squad away.
What a robbery of a round as well, right? Coming up short and long at the same time and just double entering for the price of one. Very nice trading for Vitality. You could see why they bought into that round. They feel like any single situation is winnable, and right now they're not wrong. They're pulling rounds out of nowhere. And again, putting Fnatic on a broke buy. Last time it was 4 rifles they kept hanging on with. This time it's only 3. And Spinx feels freed up to go for just dry entries into this bomb site. If Fnatic don't have their wits about them, if they're not laser focused, they will get caught sleeping at the wheel. Little half boost. Mezzy goes over. ZywOo's in con, but he's just holding for a jump up right now. Sweaty. Not gonna get it either. Although I say that, there's 2 kills on a plate. Mezzy chows down. 5 on 3, and the smoke stops Spinx from ever doing what he wanted.
I mean, normally when this has happened, Vitality have just written the round off. That kill, gonna give you a few more options. Puts the pressure on A, removes some of the focus from Fnatic over towards B. They kind of need to make some adjustments here to compensate for that. Luckily enough, roeJ was also in the toilet, so he's at least calmed across that no one's in middle right now. That's helpful. It allows Fnatic to maintain this triple lower stack. So roeJ might not be getting any kills here, but the info that he's providing keeps the hope alive down towards B.
I'd almost like Mezzy to have taken the M4 and be on this boost. He's low after all. If Crims dies, then you have 10 health Mezzy with the M4 coming in for the retake. Crims, though, he's going to hit the shot, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. 3 players here, strong for Fnatic. They're able to mop it up as Fasher finds a double from the pit. 9 rounds. They won't give up. They won't surrender. But still, Vitality have all the breathing room they need to end this game. We're seeing the difficulties of closing T-side rounds on Overpass appear for Vitality. And another rebuy.
Yeah, you know, if you're Vitality here, I think it's one where you just know that like the rounds are essentially won or lost on do we get this A pick, which more often than not they have been able to get away with.
Yeah.
The B hold for Fnatic has actually been really solid, right? In a lot of these CT rounds that they've got, it's come from like the double kill from Crims over towards short, right? We've had a couple of moments out of this B hold for guys like Mezzy as well. You know, B's not really been the problem. So the way that you make it a problem is by getting the A pick, removing resources from that B hold and going back to it late, or they just follow through with the A play.
Yeah.
And A has been the problem, right? It is this nicoodoz roeJ duo that have struggled in this game the most. And so I think it makes a lot of sense that Vitality are trying to go back to that now. They know that if they get a kill here, they don't even have to commit. It's going to shuffle the CT setup. It's going to cause, you know, people to move around the map and by extension, make other areas weaker. They try their hand at that opening fight with the scout, but they come up short. In this instance, roeJ and nicoodoz both hold the line. 3 kills from the A duo. And so Vitality's idea in this round, as nice as it was, it's not panned out.
Yeah, when it comes to B hits for Vitality, we've seen very slow rounds, right? And ones that end B but start A. I would like to see something akin to what Fnatic were doing in the early 7 rounds of this game, which were really quick contact B plays, not necessarily off spawn, sometimes waiting the molly and the spam, but then they just pop through the monster smoke with a well-placed flash. I'd love to see something like that for Vitality on an eco round here. You kind of have nothing to lose, but they are mostly Glock, so it's going to hold them back in terms of buying util. 5 kills from those 2 Danes, though. So a reassuring round, if you want to call it that, but not their biggest challenge yet from this T side. But still, just getting activated late in the game is a nice feeling for Fnatic, and this can close up very quick. With the way the Vitality have been recklessly buying, there's only a couple of gun rounds in between Fnatic and overtime. Vitality absolutely cannot get ahead of themselves. We've already said the streak that Fnatic have had of 8 maps here on Overpass in a row. They are prepared to give it their all and pull back this position.
Yeah, we got 2 more rounds till the full loss bonus kicks in for Vitality. So, like, the final couple of rounds of this attempt at the comeback are going to be very grindy for Fnatic, right? Are going to be running into rifles. Still a little bit between Vitality and that point, though. Taking the existence style timeout here, right? You've only got Glocks, and if anything, the longer you wait, the more util that gets thrown out, and it also gives Apex a bit of time to talk about this next rifle round.
Yeah, I do think it's cool, the point you brought up coming into this game, Harry, about how both these squads, or at least these organizations and part of the cause, have been led by Alex at one point, another British in-game leader, of course speaking French under Vitality, and English and Fnatic. And since that point, 2 kind of raw fragging players have become in-game leaders after their tenure with him. nicoodoz looking to farm right now.
Yeah, this is nice. I think, you know, the danger of going out in these Glock rounds, right, is that you kind of let nicoodoz and roeJ have some freebies, kills that they would never be excused for giving up. And they nailed them. So now they're getting a little more confident. That kind of means that this A-hold that's been rather reliable, you know, finding a pick on this side of the map, getting a little scarier.
Yeah, it's still on Fnatic to stay ahead of the game though, right? These 2 rounds have been very easy because they've just sat in their bomb sites knowing that the money's low, but you don't necessarily want to do that in gun rounds off of spawn. You want to take a little bit of space and force a bit of respect out of Vitality, make them use their util and buy some time, because we've seen Fnatic have won 5v3s where Vitality just save. So Fnatic will run a toilet setup, something different with Fasher and roeJ. And even Mezzy on top as well. It's the AWP sitting on B short. It's a change, but it's one that might not do Fnatic justice as Vitality look to do one of these pops I was hoping for. It's just going to be an early B hit with a couple of flashbangs. If the flashes are good, oh, it could be great. But Crim spams Apex out, and that has thrown a spanner in the works.
Yeah, not what he wanted. And with so much of this T-side centering around the first move that you make, panning out, that's hugely problematic for Vitality. They're going to have to go and explore some other options here. roeJ's getting aggressive in the 5v4, pushing all the way down long, and he has found this gap. They've run right past him. He's also heard these footsteps, so that's calmed across to the rest of Fnatic. This good timing on this long push. He is right behind them here. He could take the round away, and on the back of that 1 kill, sure, he hangs around and gives up the trade. But Vitality now know that Fnatic are aware of the intention in this round, and that fact alone might decide it. 2v4 as dupreeh and Magisk make their way up the short side. They've got just under 20 seconds on the clock here to try and make some magic happen into the crossfire. First man falls, Mezzy gone. The dumpster peak doesn't come through immediately, but nicoodoz will nail that shot.
Oh, this is a different Fnatic right now. This is a Fnatic that are fighting for it, Harry, that are believing in it as a unit, and they have put a 4th round in a row on this comeback. This is getting a little bit scary. Even the fact that they're going for repeats like that from roeJ, completely unnecessary, but it shows the mindset of Fnatic. And Crims has been a rock on this B site right now, akin to how Magisk was on the CT side. Sure, the spam kill is one thing, but he goes on to take a second very important late monster pick. If he falls in that engagement, B is open for the taking, and Vitality can duck down connector. Denied. And Vitality now, just a rifle round separates them from overtime. This was at once a very dominant game. A 15-8. 7 map points feel like enough, but Fnatic are putting the doubt in Vitality right now. Oh. Apex ate the nade in middle earlier. But his team are walking up ahead of him. However, sadly for Vitality, Fnatic are triple stacked here. Oh, that timing could have gone very bad, but nicoodoz gets the info, and now the rifles can start tearing through these Ts. One by one, they fall. Oh, that's a bit messy, but it's not a worry. It shouldn't be, at least. fnatic keep Vitality suppressed.
Yeah, they're all here. They're all holding ZywOo. This is not a winnable round for this guy. Trapped on the other side of the smoke. It's going to get finished off by Crims on that rotate towards upper. You know, we were talking about it early on. roeJ and nicoodoz were really struggling. Well, they've turned it around massively. nicoodoz has gone from down towards the bottom of the board with roeJ to first for his team, putting up a lot of numbers since bringing this CT AWP out. Yeah, got a bit ugly towards the end there, but hey, you get one miss in a moment like that, sure.
And, you know, just his info was enough, knowing that Vitality had contacted all the way up to close mid. And this is not a game that Vitality can afford to choke carry because, you know, this is their opportunity to guarantee a playoff place in the Spodek and fight for even semi-finals in their next matchup. And as an organization, it's not a team that has ever been to the Spodek. They've had their chances, they've had their times over the last 4 years of Katowice. Of course, one was online, but they also got grouped there. So Vitality need this. And right now, the opportunity to take your opponent's pick in the series and start on the right foot is slipping through their fingers. Boost is dangerous with a nade out as well, and they'll get punished.
This is heartbreaking. fnatic, after taking 5 in a row to try and make this comeback happen, a misstep on the boost and some aggression out of the Danes, and Vitality has left them in a 3v5. Vitality pump the brakes. They know that opportunities like this have not come by frequently in this second half. They don't want to let this one slip by. They don't want to let a big hero play.
Yeah, and they just slow down. I love that. And the guilt just spreads through whoever made that call. Maybe it was Mezzy down in connector, thinking that all this comeback was for nothing. And now Vitality as a 5-man unit are going to crunch the B site together.
Crims is that veteran player, the Rock. He's been great down towards lower, but you're expecting so much out of him here. He's got to deliver. Fasher alongside him gets one blind, but Crims restricted to a tiny little area down in the pit. They're running at him and they're gonna overwhelm him. Vitality, they do close out. fnatic's map pick, Overpass, goes their way. They put a stop to the comeback and they look good while doing it.
Yeah, reassuring win for Vitality, and considering it's not even their pick of the series, they are poised to be making a bit of a poetic run here to the Spodek. As said, winner of this best-of-3 guarantees quarterfinals at bare minimum, the first time for ZywOo, and he wants to get there.